Okay, the last part of the axial skeleton will be the thoracic cage. The thoracic cage is ribs and the sternum. The sternum consists of three parts. This part here is called the manubrium. The major part here is called the body, and this process down here is called the xiphoid process. Up here you'll see a notch. This is called the jugular notch. This one here, or the suprasternal notch, and this articulation of the clavicle here, this part here is called the clavicular notch, and then it will articulate with the different ribs. We have 12 ribs on either side, so we have 12 pair. Altogether is 24. The first 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The first 7 are called the true ribs, and the reason why they call it the true ribs is the rib that articulate with the vertebral column in the back, with the vertebra in the back, and then turn around and go and will have its own individual articulation with the sternum. So this is 1 articulating individually with the sternum, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Each one of those will have its own articulation with the sternum. The thing is 9, 10, and 11. Here is 9, 10, and 11. These are different. These are called, actually, from 1 to 7. From 1 to 7, this is called the true ribs again. And the true ribs are the ribs that have articulation, individual articulation of the sternum and the vertebral column of the vertebrae. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, this is called the false ribs. Out of those 5 false ribs, the first 3, which is 8, 9, and 10, they will fuse together to form a cartilage that will jump on the articulation of T7. So those 3 don't have their own articulation with the sternum. So these are false, but they still have some sort of articulation, not individual. The last 2 will be those 2 here in the back, and these are called the floating ribs. The floating ribs are types of the false ribs, but they do not have any articulation whatsoever with the sternum at all, not even jumping like 8, 9, and 10. They do not fuse together like 8, 9, and 10 fuse together to make a cartilage and jump on 7, so they have attachment. This doesn't have any attachment at all, and this will be 11, and this 12. Those 2 are false, but are also called floating because these are floating, just attached to one side to the vertebrae, with the vertebral column, and that's it. The other side will be free. 11 and 12. And as you see here, the vertebra, this will be, this part will be the head. Okay. This part here, and this will be the tubercle. This is the angle. This is the body, and so on. This end here is the vertebral end, and the other end is called the sternal end. Okay, here's one of the ribs again. You see, this is the head, and this part here is the tubercle, head, tubercle, and head, neck, tubercle, and this is the angle, and the rest here is called the shafts. This side here that have the head and neck and tubercle, this is the vertebral end, and the other end, which is flat like this will be the sternal end. This will articulate with the sternum, and this will articulate with the vertebral, the thoracic vertebra. If you put thoracic vertebra like this, again, the thoracic vertebra will have this demifacet, and there will be another articular facet here on the transverse process, and it goes like this. So it articulates like this. You see the head articulating with the demifacet, and see the tubercle articulating with the transverse process. So it goes like this. See 2 articulations here. The head is articulating with the demifacet, and the tubercle is articulating with the transverse costal facet on the transverse process. So this is one of the typical ribs. This will be articulating with the thoracic vertebra. If you look at this model here, you will see that this is rib number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 8, 9, and 10 are false ribs. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, we don't see them here, but this is 8, 9, 10. These are false ribs because they're fused together to make this cartilage, and this cartilage will attach the sternum through the attachment of C1. Just join, of the 7, of the rib number 7. So 8, 9, and 10 will fuse together the femur cartilage, and this cartilage will attach together with the attachment of rib number 7, and it will have an attachment to the sternum. And as we said, 11 and 12, they do not have any attachment at all. Still, from 1 to 7 is called true reps. From 8 to 12 is false. Out of those five folds, the last two are also called floating reps.